I want to talk a little bit about a lone wolf tree stand today. A lot of you people already have them, like me, and if you've ever thought about getting one, Lone Wolf has gone to an interesting place now because they have sold, disbanded to some degree, and there's a new company called, I think it's Lone Wolf Outdoor Products, that's making tree stands, but just not these hand climbers. They're only making lock-on tree stands. So when I've looked online, not that I want one, I was just kind of curious, finding one of these, the hand climbers, was, I don't want to say impossible, but almost impossible. There's two versions of these Lone Wolf stands, the original hand climber and the assault hand climber. This one's about 14.5 pounds. This is the assault hand climber. The original hand climber is about 17.5 pounds, so like a 3 pound difference between the two. Platform space, the seats are almost identical as far as what your butt's got to sit on, but platform space is where they change slightly. Width-wise, they're both 19 inches. The original hand climber has 3 more inches of platform space in this one at 30 inches, where that one's at 27 inches. Now they make a version of this hand climber that's called the sit and climb, where you're actually sitting on a little bar that kind of dips down. You sit in with your butt, you're facing the tree as you climb, whereas these, you use the seat platform to kind of hook your hands behind it, rest your forearms on it. That's what you do. And then you pull your knees up to your elbows, and that's just kind of how you go up the tree. But with the sit and climb, you actually sit in a little bar. I saw some of those on eBay, but I couldn't find any of these. And I've been using these stands for 20 years. And in my opinion, they're the best stands that have ever been made. The most portable to get in the woods, the easiest to get on and off a tree, the quietest you're gonna sit in a tree. Now, being as compact as they are, anytime you get, one thing that's got some super great attributes, there's usually a counterpoint. You definitely cannot claim that these are the most comfortable in the world. They're not horrible by any means, but they're just not the most comfortable for a long sit. I mean, I've sat in them for 3, 4, 5 hours, and that'll kind of wear on you a little bit. But anyway, what I really wanted to discuss was, one, where Lone Wolf is gone, so it's difficult to get these. So if you're going to get one, it's probably going to be used now. And so when you're going to use one, these traction belts are going to become even more of a problem to get now because they're almost gone. And so Lone Wolf recommends that you replace them every 5 years. I know I've gone as long as 10 years on one of mine and didn't replace it. And after 10 years, I noticed now the old original bands were kind of an opaque, clearish material where you could actually see the cable running through them. But what I could do is I could take it and I could turn it this way and flex it back. And you flex it and you could start to see little cracks forming in there. So that was my indicator that the belt was taking some wear. It was time to get rid of them. But I just wanted to make that point that if you get one of these tree stands used, check the belts and make sure they're in good condition, because if you need a set of belts, it may not be the easiest thing to get. Just the way it is now with the Lone Wolf stuff. All right, I'm gonna put this thing on my back and kind of just show you how I carry it. But I like to make sure that these bands are as far down into these tubes as they can, so when you put this on your back, nothing's sticking up past your head when you're walking to the woods. Like that. So when I'm going and I'm bending and moving around things, it's not as likely to snag on stuff. I'll do a quick demo of putting it on and off a tree so you can see how easily they go on and off. They're just so easy. And I'll demonstrate that now. just put this up high to get it out of my way for now. Give yourself a little bit of slack on what'll be the far side, depending on the diameter of the tree. Completely undo the near side. Just kind of grab it like this. Swing it around, catch the band, and lock it into place. All right, you just got done. You're down off the stand. It's time to pack it up and head home. Get your bungee cord like this with the hook here. Make sure the hook point is going down. Go right underneath this bar. Lock it into place. Slide this in. Make sure your seat is facing back towards you. And there's two bolts here, one here, one here. Make sure they click into this rail right here. That's how you'll know they're locked in. Now take your other bungee cord. I like to make sure the hook is up. There's a square notch right here. And in that square notch with the hook up. And then just go down diagonally as far as you can. Now you're ready to go.